I know it's a movie that came out a long time ago, but who the hell cares? Let's do a trailer reaction for the 300 movie, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, let's proceed. Classic. Classic.
We Spartans are descended from Hercules himself. Taught never to retreat, never to surrender. Taught that death in the battlefield is the greatest glory he could achieve in his life. Spartans, the finest soldiers the world has ever known.
It's quiet now. They came from the blackness.
Be afraid.
Zack Snyder cooked with this one.
Sparta will burn to the ground.
Zack Snyder cooked with this one completely.
Descend upon you.
What must a king do to save his world?
Instead, ask yourself, what should a free man do?
Threaten my people with slavery and death.
This is madness.
This is Sparta.
It's Sparta!
We will stand and fight.
A new age has begun.
An age of freedom. And all who know the 300 Spartans give their last breath to defend it.
Freaking done well, man. He cooked.
Spartans, tonight we dine in hell.
Classic.
Give them nothing.
And take from them everything.
Everything.
Absolutely epic.
We're in for one wild night.
Absolutely epic. My goodness. It's still a badass movie. It's a movie I can watch over and over again and not get bored of it. Yeah. I can watch it over and over again and not get bored of this movie. Did a great job. He cooked with this one.
Shut up and take my money.
He definitely cooked with this one. I need to go back and check the archives for this one to see if he directed and wrote the screenplay and everything else, or like what was he responsible for. Because when he's doing more than one thing on the movie, that's when you're like, hey Zach, please rein it in small. Just bring it back a bit small, just small, bring it back in small is too much. What? Small, bring it back in a little bit. Just a little bit, Zack Snyder. Just a little bit, you know?
That's right.
It's a beautiful experience, man. He cooked. I don't know what movie he did before this one, but I imagine after this one, people must be like, oh, we need to take note of this dude. Whoever he is, he's on point. And I think if you can do different genre of movies and they each cook, that's a pretty good director.
What do you mean by that?
You're not known for horror alone. You're known for action and horror and sometimes comedy or sci-fi. I think that's pretty cool. You know, I would like to be known for different genre, and each genre is an enjoyed experience, not just, oh, he's good at action but not that good at horror. You know, I would like to be good in all the genre I shoot my movies in, or the stories I tell, the genre I tell my stories in. Like, everyone is very aware of Stephen King. When you see a Stephen King story, you're like, oh, it's bound to be good. It's Stephen King. So everyone has that, you know, that feeling towards Stephen King. Whereas with Zack, especially recently, there's a few things he's done that he shouldn't have done. I'm like, dude, do you have an entourage that they can talk to you and let you know, Zack, no, not this one. Let it be a pet project, or do a quick animation, you know?
He ain't lying.
Army of the Dead didn't land well. That was such a good potential. That had good potential, good concept. Then he did the Rebel Moon. That's the one. I couldn't remember it with my other video. He did Rebel Moon, and boy.
Now you want to get nuts?
And it sucks too, because you live in a world where Star Wars is revered. So it makes sense to be like, well, if Star Wars exists, I can make my own trilogy world and world building and different factions and stories and what. Why can't I do it? Why does it have to be a Lucas thing? And it's very, very true. But I feel that it depends on your execution, man. It depends how deep you want to go and if you want to rush it or take time. Sometimes the first movie alone is the one movie that lets people know, hey, this is a world I can get down with. Like Dune, when Dune came out, I was blown away. I was like, golly, this shit looks epic.
That's right.
I thought Star Wars was good, but this is something else. You mean you got worlds like, I said, yo, Dune.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Dune was a slow burner for me. But I was like, okay, whatever you got to show me, cool. You need to put on shields to fight, weird, but cool, whatever. Then you have different factions, different houses fighting each other for spice.
Don't ask questions.
And this is another rendition or retelling of the Dune world because it's already an original, I don't know if it's series or movies out there. I wouldn't watch them.
Damn, son.
They're not appealing to my eyes. They don't call me. They don't speak to me compared to the way this current version of Dune spoke to me. It's like, it's just bright, it's huge, it's a lived-in environment.
Nice.
I know we're not on Earth anymore for sure. We're somewhere else in this environment and it's real. This one is the son of this one. That one is trying to aspire to be this one. This one is the wife of this one. And this wife herself, she's got a faction she belongs to that is like a coven of witches who have very, very strong powers and strong lineage. So I was like, dude, this world is huge. There's enough time to sip this elixir bit by bit, bit by bit.
That brother's starving.
So I can sink my teeth into it nicely and then, not have to rush and be worried about, is it going to be good? Is it going to be 2 hours long or is it too long? Or you mean it's going to be 3 stories just like Lord of the Rings? Yes, please. So I can see why Zack Snyder would be upset about his Rebel Moon stuff because you wanted something like the Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Star Wars. You want to have your own franchise, your own world where people look forward to seeing your movies every year. Why the F not? But when you're rushing or something, you're not giving us time. And maybe casting is one thing, or maybe the story is some diddery nonsense. You mean these people came to kill this person and no one is like, it's too much. We're not asking questions. Star Wars, the most I heard people asking was, is that guy she's kissing her brother, or I don't get it, are they brother and sister, or is it incest? That's the most I saw. One or two things you could point out, or the Death Star. That's the only 2 things that come to mind quickly where people are like, a Death Star thing, and then are they brother and sister incest thing. That's it. Everything else, you're just enjoying the ride. You're like, dude, who the hell is Boba Fett? What? I kind of miss Zack Snyder, to be honest, because his style of doing things is different. Just like Michael Bay has his own style of doing things. But I feel those characters, you need to just rein them in. Rein them in. It's like, just calm down. We're not saying don't. We're saying do, but do it in a way where you're not blasting us with so much information and you're rushing. Like Rebel Moon, I think that should have taken more time.
He ain't lying.
And told a different story in that world. Don't just, the story is lackluster. It's a very stupid story.
Damn.
He could have easily done like a Magnificent Seven thing. And I've watched the remake recently, the most recent one anyway, with Denzel Washington. I love the story. It's a very simple story. And then one of the main characters is connected to the villain that has troubled this woman's town. So everything just ties in neatly and nicely. You could have easily done something like that and it could have been a nice one-off movie. Or that's a one-off story. And then the group of people you're telling the story about become a thing. And then people need them to now become like superheroes that go from town to town or nation to nation or planet to planet, liberating people from this empire force of, so there's ways you could have done it. But the current story as is that Zack told in the recent tellings of the Rebel Moon movies, they didn't work.
Damn.
Then he had the nerve to release one before Christmas and then the other one come out in April. All those gimmicky things that they were doing. Again, that's the thing between producer, director, writer and Netflix, or between creator and platform. We shouldn't have to give a shit about that. Maybe we should pay attention to it, so when we become storytellers ourselves and when we're making movies ourselves, cool. But until then, for those of us who are just watching these movies and experiencing your stories, I don't need to hear, oh, there was a deal gone wrong between Zack Snyder and Netflix. That's why they couldn't release the second part of this story in December. That's why they had to wait till April.
What?
Or they were testing the ground to see if the first one would do well in Christmas before they release. those things shouldn't bother. Iron your shit through, iron it out properly. Any deals you want to make, iron it out properly. Once you're done and satisfied with the deal on both parties, then you release it to the public.
Nice.
The most valuable and potent frequency is our attention, which is the currency. We're giving you time and our attention to sit down and watch something. If it's not making sense, why is the zombie pregnant? Why is the zombie glowing eyes and not all zombies are glowing eyes? Why when they shoot this zombie, he's exploding like a robot and the other zombie, what's going on? Zack just does stuff and then certain things don't make sense. No. So in his prime, I feel he was epic in his prime. I feel his prime to me was 300 and Man of Steel. And did he do Watchmen as well? Not sure. But I enjoyed Man of Steel. I enjoyed 300. But after The Army of the Dead and Rebel Moon and Batman vs Superman, oh boy.
You're having a bad day? Did you die?
If I hear him again doing a franchise or a genre that I like, yeah, it's Zack Snyder. I'm not saying I hate the guy. No, I'm here for him. But I need to hear that he's doing one of the multiple positions of a movie production. If he's producing, cool. If he's directing, cool. But if he's producing, directing, screenplay, and then written by, nah. A story by, no. All of them in one, no. You'd have to. It'd have to be a TV show. I mean, like a Netflix thing to watch, because I won't go to cinema to pay money for that one. I wouldn't be fully invested as I'm watching it, because I would just have to set my mind up and say, hey, this could be a failure.
Damn, son.
And upon not necessarily 100% putting focus on it, and it turns out to be better, then a win is a win. I want to see the guy win. I want to see, it's you don't want someone like him, you don't want the stories and ideas he has in his head to just die off. And it's not nice because he feels like he's letting his inner child be more expressive. Not saying he hasn't allowed that to happen, or it's like he's tapping into some parts of him he sat down on before. And another Rebel Moon thing, based on what we were told by, media and whatnot, I know that's it's one of his babies. It's something that he's held onto for a very long time. He wanted to merge it or introduce it to the Star Wars universe. They said no. For whatever reason, you could argue that they foresaw this nonsense that occurred with the Rebel Moon recent kerfuffle. You could argue that they also foresaw this, or maybe because they know how he is as a person. He might be all over the place. For all I care, he's probably neurodivergent like I am. But I don't want to piss on the guy and say I would never say anything he does. No, I would watch it. But I just need to know that he's got a team with him that will tell him, focus on what you're epic at, what you're good at. No one is saying that you're not allowed to express yourself, but people are trusting you with not only money, but their time and attention. And if people go into your next movie with this whole, oh, here we go again, it's Zack Snyder shit, that's not cool.
He ain't lying.
You want to walk in with like, oh, oof, it's about to be a beautiful ride, let's go. From the man who directed 300, the man who directed Man of Steel is about to give you this movie. You want to be like, about time, because we ain't seen him for a bit.
That boy is good.
You don't want somebody to say, oh, the dude who did Rebel Moon, Rebel what? I don't know about that one, man. Or the guy who did the Army of the Dead, oh, that movie. Nah, you know what? Let me know how it goes. Let me know what you think about it, and I might see it. You don't want that. You want excitement. You want, viewing directors as chefs.
What do you mean by that?
And each time they're welcoming you to their restaurant or to their launch of a new dish, plus dessert, plus starters, or you could say the starters is the trailer. Then you know that the meal is about to be a bomb ass meal.
What?
Is bomb ass the right term? Bomb is not, it's about to be a dope ass meal.
Nice.
So you look forward to going, go to your favorite chef. But when previous meals have been lackluster, nah.
Tired of this shit.
Nah.
You don't understand.
Thankfully, Rebel Moon wasn't something they released on in cinema. Netflix is just fine. There's other things to watch to clear our minds of that. But if you went to the cinema to see Rebel Moon, ooh, I'll be pissed.
That's right.
I'll be very, very pissed off. I'll be bitching about that one for sure.
Willingly.
Yes.
I'll be crying in the reviews nonstop. Crying, saying this movie is shit, don't go and see it, don't waste money. Because no. Our time is precious. I don't know about you, but my time is, boy. I want to sit down and watch something I'm going to enjoy. And it got me pondering and thinking like, God damn, that's good stuff right there. Got you pondering like, yo, I want to watch that again.
That's right.
Look at the Sinners movie. That's a beautiful, 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 beautiful movie. Despite its flaws, like every other movie has its own flaws, it's still a beautiful movie. I've seen that movie 3 times and I'm going to see it again.
Damn, son.
Well, in the merry month of May, from me home I started left.
So now when we hear Michael B. Jordan is in another movie, for those of us who like specific genres, we're like, okay, what movie is he doing? What genre is it? I'm there. We hear Coogler's doing another thing. What genre is it? I'm there. In fact, some people are like, we don't even care what genre it is. As long as it's Coogler, I'm there. We hear he's doing X-Files now. Now I'm like, oh, so whatever he's doing in this X-Files, it better be different, because I'm a fan of X-Files, but it has to be something new. You know, I didn't like the sometimes ambiguous episodes in X-Files. I like preciseness. I like, if you're doing aliens, go all in. Not one of this, ooh, we don't know, it's left unexplained. Nah, I like preciseness. I don't like this. We're not children anymore. We know what's around us now. We know what's in the food. We know what's in the water. So be precise. Just like they messed up Twilight Zone. How do you mess up Twilight Zone?
God damn!
How do you mess up Twilight Zone? You don't have to base every Twilight Zone episode on our current reality. You can do anything. You could have gone in the past with Twilight Zone. You could have gone in the future with Twilight Zone. You could have merged Black Mirror stuff, old school stuff. You could have merged Outer Limits ideas. I don't get it. The Twilight Zone is like an infinite room for epic storytelling. Cliffhanger endings, positive endings, really low dark endings, and there's nothing wrong with that. Peeps, Amadi, where are my Zack Snyder fans at? OG Zack Snyder fans, early Zack Snyder fans who still have who still have hope, who still believe in Zack Snyder. I'm not saying I don't believe in Zack, I still have hope for Zack, especially after what happened to his daughter, may her soul rest in peace. I still got hope, as long as whatever he's passionate about, he has a team that respect him and that he respects.
That's right.
So that means when they say, hey, no, he listens, and then he honors their request, and then he trusts them to do their thing as they trust him to do his thing. So that way, when the thing is made, he's satisfied as a creator. The thing he had in his soul, in his head, in his heart, he's then released it, and he's trusted the people around him to bring this thing to life so we can then enjoy.
Get this man a shield.
If you're not good at baking, but you have an idea of what you want baked, get the people who are good at baking to bake. You are very good at stir fry, you're good at boiling, you're good at this, but don't go into baking thinking it's how hard can it be. Let the professionals who are good at baking bake, especially those who want to work with you and love baking. So that way, when we come to your restaurant and try your new dish, not only do we enjoy your main course, we enjoy the dessert as well. Then we can say, oh, I'm looking forward to your next dish.
Yeah, boy.
All right, peeps. So if you're a Zack Snyder fan, let me know in the comment section below. What are your favorite Zack Snyder movies? And what are your least favorite Zack Snyder movies? Let a brother know in the comment section. I have been your one and only multipotentialite, Neurodivergent host,
the Kosmic Jedi, signing out. Thank you for watching.